It's been like, what, 2 years since Santagato left SDK.
A year and a half.
Has it been that long?
A year and a half.
It's been a year and a half, yeah, it has, because it was March for my birthday. Yeah.
Hey
Wow.
guys, moment of silence. Thank you for that.
Is that too much?
The best way to fight my addiction.
I just feel like we have to address it, finally. I think we gotta come out about this and be real with the viewers.
And let's get the stuff that's not an issue just out of the way. It wasn't the money.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fame.
Right.
It wasn't the women.
But which is tempting. Look, we know
Give them the main reason.
it's been years.
You tell 'em, Ryan.
And I feel like this isn't an exposing video to explain why Joe left, because that's not what we're about.
But-
We're about trying to use his name for views. But I
Yeah.
think it's finally time that we give some sort. You guys deserve an explanation of why he left, and I think that we decided it would be best to at least tell you. Because you guys
Just get into it. Just tell them what happened. Tell them.
Okay.
Just get it. I know it's hard for you to say it.
Joe is very into aquatics, and that's the thing that a lot of people did not know. And Joe, when he was younger, had the skin of an otter. And that was always hard for him, and I think that he knew that we were holding him back in his other...
We literally held him back before he had to leave.
And what you didn't see, you see Joe behind the camera, you don't see what his skin really looks like.
you don't see his legs.
You don't see his legs because there aren't. He has a tail, and Joe started to want to transfer to different aquariums, and we could not afford to.
See, that's crazy you said it though, because that's not the story I heard.
Well, listen. That's what I heard. What did you hear? Why Joe left?
Oh,
because
my.
I know
Listen.
that he wanted to be an otter forever, and
This is gonna be weird for you guys to hear, but I'm gonna tell you the whole thing right now. So it's like 2 in the morning on a Friday night. I'm laying in bed. All right. See, I got a call from Santagato. He's crying.
Oh,
Joe did that a lot.
Joe's a lot more
He was-
emotional than you
He
think.
was very emotional.
Josh, can you mimic the cry a little bit?
It was more of a soft.
It was like a-
It was like
like that.
Little baby.
Yeah.
Little baby.
yeah. So he calls me up and he's like, "Dude, I gotta get out. We gotta ditch, man. We gotta get out of this thing." I'm like, "What?"
What? Yeah.
He's like, "We gotta kick up some dust and get away from these SDK guys."
Wow.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I love these guys, man. I could never do that. He's like, "Listen, I need to start a duo channel. Are you in it?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm loyal to these SDK guys. I love them, man."
Right.
I'm like, use your older brother Keith," and he's like, "Keith's got nothing. He's not funny at all.
Right.
He'll never be like, you know,
a co-star. type of
Exactly."
thing,
And I was like, "Nah, he's 3 fire emojis, just like his captions on Instagram."
Right.
So, long story short, he was trying to buy me out. He offered me first, I think it was somewhere between 20 and 30 G's. I said no. I was like,
that's dumb of you.
yeah. And then he said 75, and that was when I said, "This is getting weird. I love SDK too much. You do your thing."
Also, we make way more on the channel every
well,
day.
I make 80 grand a day on SDK.
We make so much.
So, if you guys are wondering, he just left because realistically, what he told me was that you all made him uncomfortable.
Right.
Ryan, when you do the thing with your body, this always freaked him out a lot.
And that's understandable, but also coming from an otter, that shouldn't be that weird.
Why are we forgetting the main reason he left?
Oh my
Do you remember what
God.
he got invited to do?
Oh my god!
Guys.
He was filming Al Harrington's hoop mixtape.
Yes! Al Harrington!
Al Harrington needed multiple hoop mixtapes made for his transfer to the European League.
Yes!
And Joe was the lead cinematographer.
Oh my god!
I didn't even know that, because that makes way more sense than my story that I was thinking in my head.
I remember.
Maybe I dreamed all of
Al
that.
Harrington paid him so little money to do that too, which was incredible.
$15?
Under $20.
I have a different story. So it was when me and Joe went to Orlando for a few months.
I know. I knew.
This is the boy break, yes!
Yeah, we were in high school
That's-
together,
I
and like
fucking knew it.
we kind of grew up on the same block, but I didn't really know Joe, and he was always so interesting.
Yeah.
And our families were we were family friends, but I didn't really know him that well.
Right.
And one day at school, he kind of talked to me, and we went out one night, and he said, "Adam," he comes knocking on my window. He goes, come on out."
Yeah, yeah.
And I said,
That's
"What?"
so Joe.
And I
That's
said,
so
"Joe, it's 2 a.m. I can't do that." He said, "Come on." So we went in his mom's minivan. No, I was my mom's minivan. Drove all around town. Went to the biggest tower in Orlando, and he goes, "Look at this paper town. All these paper people." And I'm like,
Oh my.
And the next day he was gone.
And then
And then he left little clues all over town.
Yeah.
So
Is that?
I
Are you
did
sure that's not from something, or is that maybe a plot of something? Or?
Of what though?
Nah, see, that was so Joe though. Joe,
No.
Joe's departure.
It was the plot of Paper Towns.
Oh my God.
That was not
me,
So what you're saying is Joe wrote Paper Towns.
Joe Green.
Joe Green.
To me, Joe was just
Mean.
always the most emotional person I ever met. And the reason he told me that he wanted to leave the channel,
Yeah.
which
Well, Nick, you gotta tell.
He's getting emotional. I really don't.
Nick has to tell him
I
about.
can't.
And this sounds ridiculous, and you guys are not gonna believe it.
Yo,
Do you remember
it's
that
alright.
fight that Rachel Ray and Joe got into from on Food Network?
It was
Do you
over I
remember
Love
that?
Lucy. Yeah.
Rachel Ray.
Yeah.
You tell him the story.
Okay,
Nick.
all right. So Joe's a big I Love Lucy fan. He claims he's #1 in the world. He's a part of fan clubs.
No.
So Joe, when you guys don't know, because he delivers I Love Lucy figurines to our house.
Correct. Go get it. Show
Go
them.
show him, Nick.
He's one of the biggest
think we're
Ricky
kidding
Ricardo
in this video.
fans. They are good. They get
Look
the
at
joke.
the plates on the
That's
wall.
all delivered by Joe in the back.
They probably
Yeah.
can't see them at all.
Now look at this. This was hand delivered by Joe.
It was handcrafted by Joe.
Yes.
And Rachel said, "Joe, you're a punk ass bitch.
Yes.
You don't deliver them as well as I do."
Yeah.
And Joe said, "Well, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face, bitch."
Yeah.
And he did.
So Rachel Ray and Joe both are dead.
They passed away.
They are both dead. And
Let's take a
that's-
moment of silence for both of them.
This is
No idea,
These are
you
all
have-
really, really weird.
That was a
stories.
joke.
I-
This one's real.
This one's for real.
All right, so Joe is he likes vacationing,
Yeah, absolutely.
and he actually visited Europe. He went on a European tour kind of thing, not to meet fans, just to go and check out the spots.
Of course.
And he met this other guy named Joe, looked
Yeah.
very similar to him.
Yes.
And they went boating one day together because they were like, we look alike, we sound alike, we have the same name, which is weird.
Yeah.
So let's just go hang out, become best friends.
Yeah.
Other Joe actually accidentally tied a cinder block to real Joe and threw him in the lake.
Oh my gosh.
Joe passed away.
But what was his first reaction? Fake Joe had to take real Joe's spot.
Uh-huh.
But we all knew it was fake Joe.
Right.
So what did we do? What did he have to do? He had to cut off ties
That
from
makes
us,
sense.
leave
Because
SDK.
Kick him out.
wait a second though. Wait a second.
He's an honor.
He tied the
That's
brick
the-
to the wrong person. Fake Joe wants to be an otter. Fake Joe wanted to be in the sea.
Full circle.
Full
Wow.
circle.
Fake Joe. No, yeah. No matter what you tied on to any of the Joes, their otter-like tendencies got them out.
Which
Wow.
And now it's been long enough. It's been long enough.
odder than you think.
Exactly. I'll give you guys the real reason. And this is.
Just tell them it. Just tell them
Yeah,
it.
that's all we all know.
Every time we make these videos, I think it's a joke, so they're not going to believe it. But
All these stories are true.
Joe's mother, when she was younger, was into paper folding, and she never actually had children. And she learned how to make paper figures. She got so good at it that she was able to make lifelike figures. Joe is an origami.
Is Keith an origami then? too?
Every Santagato is an
Wait,
origami.
what about Thomas?
Thomas is not an
What about
origami.
what's the girl's name?
She is also.
Shannon.
Shannon.
So Joe is origami, and anything that he does is all by his mom has puppet strings on it,
She gets why.
and and that's it.
The
So
biggest
she was
issue
done
was
with
we
us.
ran out of
So
ceiling
she
space
decided-
because she kept cutting holes.
The
in the ceiling.
full circle is Joe's mom wanted Joe out of SDK because she controls his mind.
Shame, shame.
So that's really the truth. We just wanted to let you guys know because we felt like you guys deserved to know.
Yeah.
So I
We
And-
earned this.
You guys earned this by watching not a lot of our videos, obviously, with our views being down. So we wanted to give back and tell you guys the real reason why Joe left. So I hope you guys understand. I hope you're not mad at Joe because he didn't do anything wrong.
His mom did.
His mom did. So if you're mad at anyone, you have to.
Wait, do you guys want to do the iPhone giveaway today or not today?
We're gonna do the iPhone giveaway next video. Comment down below and say I want to win an iPhone 7, and then we will look through the winners.
And what do they have to do to win?
Comment the words I want to win an iPhone 7
I like this video.
and like this video and share it.
And comment.
I want to win an iPhone 7. 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 I want to win an iPhone 7.